Good morning and happy Thursday. It's Thursday. It's Thursday and June is almost over. It's June. It's blowing my mind. I feel like it was just the new year and it's June. But I guess the new year really starts when spring starts, so I'm gonna give myself some grace there. It's been a month since I made one of these digital diary videos, and at first I beat myself up a little bit for it because I had really wanted to do these weekly, but I had a lot going on right now, and so I'm like, you know what, it's okay. I've been really present in my life, and sometimes that means some things go off to the side for a little bit. And I also didn't want to force these. If it didn't feel right, but even with not forcing things, I felt like it was time to get on here and just allow myself to be seen, even if it's messy or even if it's pointless. What does it mean to have a point? Yeah, I've been fully immersed in my death doula classes, which I love so much. So much is like unearthing in myself in this process of contemplating death, contemplating how I want to work with death, contemplating how I want to interweave it into my work as a tattoo artist, as an artist, as just a being. A lot of stuff coming up in that. A lot of identity stuff, a lot of shedding. You know, I talk about it a lot, but I've been in the process of actively dying since I moved to Sacramento. So it's been over 3 years of consciously choosing to change who I am, how I think, how I be, just everything. Because the person I wasn't making me happy, wasn't serving me. It was just time to change for myself. I had to change to be able to find peace in a world where there's so many external reasons not to have peace. So I'm still peaceful, even though I don't know what the fuck I'm doing right now. And there's a lot happening in the world that would typically demand me to not be peaceful, but I truly believe being peaceful, finding rest, finding play and joy and all these things when the external is extremely disruptive is a form of resistance. Because when you are centered and everything else around you isn't, you move differently. You have more power than if you were to be all crazy like your external world is. So I'm really challenging myself to maintain that sense of center that I have right now, no matter what's happening, because that is true power, and I move differently when I'm centered. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of being with myself, even amidst closing the space and working with clients weekly and dreaming and doing homework and classes and all this stuff. I've really been able to maintain a sense of center, which I do think a part of that has been, I'm a week now not scrolling on social media. I'm still on there because I post on there. And sometimes I'll see a video or two, but I'm not doom scrolling. And I'm 6 days into that now. And I think I'm over the worst hump of detoxing from scrolling. It is so much harder to not consume media than to quit anything else, in my opinion, in my experience. And I've been trying to figure out why that is, and I realize it's seeking validation outside of myself. When I feel crazy inside, I immediately go look for answers. to calm that disruption instead of just feeling it and being with it and allowing it to flow out. So yeah, I haven't been allowing myself to receive external validation in the decisions I'm making right now, whether that be through scrolling, whether that be through asking other people's opinions before I do something. Yeah, I've been canceling out all the noise, and it's starting to get better now. At first it was like kind of depressing, because there's that dopamine detox and also the little kid in me that's like, give me the answers. But yeah, it's getting better, and it also helps that I'm just being with my feelings in whatever ways my body, my spirit is asking of me, whether that means to meditate, whether that means to sleep, whether that means to move or to go out in nature or to write or whatever form it takes. I am not confining myself to anyone else's blueprint of how to find my own sense of center. Yeah, but one fun thing I've been doing recently, so I am on day 5 of training myself to write with my left hand because I'm right-handed, and I've made a lot of progress in 5 days. And I was thinking about it, I was like, are we all ambidextrous? And the only reason we're not is because we just didn't learn how to use our other hand. Like, we were just encouraged to only use one hand. I'm like, is that to keep us stupid? Like, not that we're stupid for having one dominant hand, but like, I've been waking up every morning and journaling with my left hand, and it's been more fun than I thought it would be. And also, I'm making progress really fast. I thought it was going to take a lot longer, but it's happening fast. Like slow fast. I don't know. Time isn't real. But when I first started writing, I realized that my handwriting looked exactly like when I was a little kid. And I was like, wait, is that because I'm just learning how to write with this hand? And this whole time I just could have learned how to write with this hand? It seems like so, like, it shouldn't be this like aha thing, but it is. I'm like, this whole time I could have just taught myself how to write with this hand. But it's been a really cool way of connecting with my inner child, because it feels like I'm talking to her when I'm reading my handwriting in this like cute, messy, childlike form. Yeah, I wrote today. I wanted to share what I wrote, but also, I don't know if you can see my handwriting, but that's not bad for day 5 with my lefty. Honestly, my right looks messier. I've noticed that in using my left hand, I have to go slower, much slower, and so I'm very, very present. I can't like check out while I'm writing. I can't just scribble really fast. And then I noticed when I was writing with my right hand, I was so impatient, and it's interesting. I like the two opposing experiences. So I write on my left page with my left hand and my right page with my right hand, and kind of just like feel into the difference. I'm really enjoying my left hand. Interestingly enough, I have much more compassion and patience for her than my right hand. It's teaching me patience for my right hand. But I want to read what I wrote, because I was writing about how I thought this would take more time to learn how to write with my left, and I was like, what is time, really? A way of constricting the flow, a way of counting each droplet of water as it passes a man-made finish line, and how much water makes one drop. How do you measure liquid, something so free, an element in its raw form? Trying to confine magic in its purity is exhausting and limiting. How can I exist outside of time? Presence is meeting the river as it flows, allowing it to take you into the unknown. Time only exists in the future and the past. It cannot take form in the power of presence. Anything is possible in the ultimate surrender. To not know is to flow. And I feel like that's what I'm in right now. You know, I have so many dreams of what this next phase of my life can look like. And my family is in this same portal of the unknown right now. All of us are kind of taking a huge leap of faith. And me and my mom were talking about how we're just allowing ourselves to be okay with not knowing, to not try and like come up with an answer when the answer is not ready to be seen. Because I think part of the leap is to fall, and to allow yourself to fall without trying to grasp onto the walls and some sense of like security, or, you know, immediately try to come up with an answer because you think, our mind, you think the answer will make you feel safer. But what if you just let yourself fall for a little bit longer? And that's what I'm doing right now, just letting myself fall. Like, how long can I allow myself to just like free fall? Because the farther I go, the closer I get to what I really, really want, instead of just settling for security and safety and the known. So yeah, I'm free falling. All of us are. And really challenging myself to be present with the fall. Because at some point, I'm going to land. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to hit it and start running. And so, like, can I, like, enjoy this? Like, can I look around and take in the fall as I'm falling? Yeah. It's kind of cool. It's, being able to find your center when there's no floor beneath your feet is powerful, because I don't think the floor was ever there. I think the stories we tell make us feel more secure, but at the end of the day, we don't know anything, and we don't actually have control over anything. And I feel like these times we're living in right now is a perfect example. Like, the rug can be pulled at any point. You know, your sense of security can be pulled out from under you at any point. So the power to maintain that center no matter what is happening externally is a superpower. And it's also a muscle that doesn't bulk up overnight. So I feel like I'm like bulking up right now. Yeah. I encourage anyone who's listening to challenge yourself in your free falls, whatever that looks like. To allow yourself to just not know, maybe just for a little bit longer, whatever your nervous system allows you to do in this moment, because it is a muscle, and the more you train it, the stronger you get. So yeah, that's my little 2 cents for today. It's been a month, so I finally did it. I made a digital diary post. Me and my family are going out this weekend to go to a cool scrapyard, so I think I might document that and post about that, because that sounds fun. But happy Thursday, and I hope you find peace in the now. Play, dream, sleep if you need to. Yeah, love y'all.